if you are stuck and you want to have more clients, you want to have maybe more sponsorship for your Instagram or your YouTube, you have a broad audience, this video is going to be you, because I have been working before with one of the largest competitions in the world when it comes to parkour, how I managed to get large sponsors like Samsung and so on to sponsor our sport when it was like this small. And so this can be a good motivational video for you. And I'm just gonna speak here very plain from my heart. I'm gonna draw a couple of stuff here. And yeah, it's just gonna be a very simple video, but there are maybe some key points here that you can take from this video to implement directly into your life and get what you want. So let's get started. But before we start, I need some coffee. All right, so when it comes to sponsorship for brands, for example, you want sponsorship or you want more clients, this is how I actually always do it. Now, let's take my name, for example, Philip. This is me. Now, the reason why I point my name is that you can replace it with a company name. Because what you always should do when you're reaching out to clients, or if you are reaching out to brands, if you're an influencer, you need to figure out what they don't have. Now, this is a typical thing that nobody does. People just reach out and say, hey, I have a big following, or I have this competition, but they haven't done the research. And the reason why I'm telling you this, because one of the Swedish biggest banks, I knew the marketing chief of the entire company, she told me that you need to do the research. So when you start with a company over a brand, the first thing you should do is the research. Now, when I'm talking about the research, I want you to find all the benefits that you can give to that company. So, for example, you're creating a video, you're a content creator. You can do reels, for example. You can do YouTube videos. Whatever it is, I want you to do all the things that you can do for the client. That's number one thing you should find out. The second part is, where do you fill up that gap? Now, what I mean by that is, if there is a gap, there's a hole that you can fill with all your knowledge, or your, if you're really good at creating content, like they're not good at creating content, but you are excellent at doing this. Now you are filling a gap. So that is one of the biggest things you can do for a client. That is, the next thing is to think. What I say, or what I mean about think, is I want you to think for the client. I started to think for the company, and I started to communicate that I was already in the company, or if you're using a brand. And by doing the research, you are now linking the research and thinking for them. The more you can think for them, the better position you're gonna have when you are going to talk to them or presenting your idea, because you are really communicating, feeling that you're in that kind of brand. So that's how I do it. So let's say, take an example. We can take the DJI mic, for example. The DJI mic is most of the time communicated in the English, so it's going all over the world, but I haven't seen a Swedish commercial on this, like someone's talking about the brand in the Swedish voice. And so I do the research about, okay, where are the gaps for the DJI? Well, they're not in southern Sweden. I'm thinking and I'm presenting the idea for them, like, this is what I can do for you. This is what I want to do. And the thing is when I have been thinking, let's see if I can spell this right. Communicate. Now, this is how I communicate. I communicate in we form. So what do I mean by we form? The reason why I talk about we is more that we are together. Like, you know, when you're looking at a YouTube video and you feel that you're engaged with that kind of a YouTuber, you feel like we are now talking to each other. It's not me sitting here pointed to the camera. You feel that we are actually having a conversation. They feel your energy. And that is actually the next one, is actually the energy. So most of the time, when you look at this video, I am not the best videographer in southern Sweden. Not at close. There are so many better people than me. But what I have is the skill of communication. I feel the gap. I'm thinking, I'm communicating. I say we for, and I have the energy, the positive energy that's telling all my clients or a new brand, like, we are going to do this. Yes, can you feel it? Are we going to be there? I'm telling you, these steps here are very, very important. Do the research in the beginning. Think for them. Learn how to communicate, talking we for, but have absolute energy and the positive energy, and feel that you're all giving everything you have. And even if you get a no, get on to the next one, but save that person's contact and keep having the relationship. People, like, if they get neglected or they say, no, I don't want to have you anymore, they usually just push them away. But don't do that. Keep in contact. Keep having them in your CRM system or a Notion or in Google Drive or whatever, and keep having that contact. And you never know if they're gonna reach back to you. 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, it doesn't really matter. But when they do, they will remember what you did for them. So do that. Guys, I hope you like this video. It would mean a lot if you want to subscribe to this video. And if you have any comments, if there's anything I can help you with, I will love to do that. And I will see you in the next one.